this video, we are going to talk about the SimScale Workbench. The Workbench is where you set up and run your simulations and view the results. Starting from my dashboard, I can create a new project or select one of my projects that I want to continue working on. In this case, I will open the stress analysis of a mechanical arm project. When I click on the project, I go to the project view, which allows me to see more information. Then I can click on the Open button to open the project in the Workbench. The Workbench is divided into three parts. In the left section, there is the project tree. The project tree contains the items that must be filled out to set up the simulation. In the middle section, you will find the information associated with the item that has been selected in the project tree. For example, if I want to create a new mesh, I simply right-click and create a new mesh. The item in the project tree has a red circle, which means that it is incomplete. In this case, I need to enter the meshing parameters. Once I have entered the parameters for the model, this circle will turn green. This means that the item is complete and I can run the mesh. The right section of the Workbench is called the viewer. The viewer allows me to interact with my CAD model and mesh. The main parts of the viewer are the display, the top menu bar, the scene viewer, and the coordinate axis. Navigating in the viewer is easy. By holding the left mouse button and moving the mouse, you can rotate the view. You can zoom in and out by scrolling up and down with the scroll wheel. To pan the view, press down the scroll wheel and move the mouse. The default center of rotation is set at the axis origin of the CAD model. In order to change the center of rotation, hover the pointer over the desired face and double-click. The anchor point for the viewer rotation will now be pinned to that face. Sometimes when we are working, we need to reset the view. To do this, simply click the Reset View button in the top menu bar. To set the view to a particular axis, click on the desired coordinate. You can also use the orientation drop-down to do this. In the viewer, you have the option to select faces, volumes, edges, or nodes. To select a volume, choose the Pick Volume button in the top menu bar. Then use the left mouse button to click on the volume. When an entity has been selected, it changes to red. To select a face, choose the Pick Faces button in the top menu bar, and then select the faces that you would like. To unselect a face, simply click on it again. You can keep track of currently selected faces in the scene viewer. You can also use the scene viewer to directly select the faces. You can hide volumes or faces in the model using the Hide Selection option available in the drop-down menu of the menu bar. For example, to hide Volume 1, I will first select it, then I will go to Selection and hide the selection. It is also possible to do this in the scene viewer by toggling the eye. Additional selection options include Select All, Clear Selection, Invert Selection, Isolate Selection, and Show All. I think we have covered all the features of the viewer. The final thing I would like to show you is the simulation workflow in the Workbench. You will notice that we are currently in the Mesh Creator tab. In the Mesh Creator tab, we can view our CAD model that has been uploaded by selecting it in the project tree. You are not limited to one CAD model per project. By clicking on the Upload CAD Mesh button, you can upload additional CAD models to your project. If you are an Onshape user, we have a connector app that allows you to directly import a geometry from your Onshape account into SimScale. All of your CAD geometries will be meshed in the Mesh Creator tab. After meshing is complete, you will then move to the Simulation Designer and add a new simulation. The project tree will guide you through the steps of setting up your simulation. You will get started by selecting an analysis type. Then you will apply a mesh to the domain. Assign a material to the model. Apply boundary conditions to the model. The boundary conditions are unique for each physical system that you want to simulate. Once all of the fields in the project are complete, we can then check the simulation. Create a new run, and finally click Start to run the simulation. Once you have successfully run your simulation, you can move to the post-processor to view the solution fields and visualize the results. I hope this video has helped you understand the workflow of the SimScale Workbench better. In the next video, we will talk about how to use SimScale for collaboration and sharing.